Hello everyone, it's Dave here from SaveDex. Now last week we had a Nintendo Direct Mini, and the biggest news I've taken from that is the next Smash Bros. Character is going to be from ARMS. Now this is something that is a bit of a surprise for me. I wasn't expecting any ARMS representation, seeing that the poster boy Springman's an assist trophy, but it's exciting news nonetheless. I'm happy we're getting someone from ARMS. It's representation for that series really. So I've been thinking, which character will be added, because they haven't said who it is yet, and we're not going to find out until June. Now anyone who's been following this channel knows that we like to speculate on Smash Brothers a lot. We've done a lot of videos talking about Smash in the past, and we're going to do plenty in the future, so if you want to keep up with these, make sure you subscribe. But I'm here now to put in my thoughts as to which ARMS character could be put into Smash. There are 15 characters in ARMS that could make their way into Smash Bros. I'm going to go through all of them in sort of an order of what I think are the least likely to the most likely. So here's how I think they could all be implemented, and I think it's safe to say that whichever character gets chosen, they're probably going to have their stage come with them as well, so I'll be factoring that into what I think is most likely as well as their unique attributes. So let's start with the characters that I think are least likely to be in Smash Brothers. So obviously I'm going to start off with Springman. Sadly, I don't think he's at all likely because he's an assist trophy, but having said that, I do still want Waluigi in there, so I've got to hold out hope that an assist trophy could become a fighter, but I don't think there's much of a chance. Now Springman is the poster boy of the series, but he is the most basic one. He's not really much interesting about him, but that doesn't mean anything, because in a lot of the Mario sports and spin-off games, Mario is probably the most basic, boring character in it. He's always the all-rounder with not much special about him, yet he's probably the most popular video game character of all time, so being the all-rounder isn't always a bad thing. But simply because he's an assist trophy, I don't think he's likely to get in. I mean, his main gimmick is when he's low on HP, his arms have like the charge permanently. So you could say when he's on higher damage he has stronger punches, but Lucario has that gimmick, so we're not losing out on that gimmick in Smash Bros. At all. And his stage with the trampolines, that could probably be a bit annoying as well, so I'm going to say no Springman at all. Speaking of Snow Springman, let's just say SpringTron I don't think will be in it. I mean, he just looks like another version of Springman. I think if Springman was a fighter in it, SpringTron could be an alternate costume maybe. But, and again, his stage is just the basic sparring ring. There's not a whole lot special about that. We've already got a boxing ring in Smash Brothers in Little Max stage. So I don't think SpringTron really stands a chance here. Dr. Coyle, I'm going to say, is an unlikely choice simply because she's not as well known as the other characters, and the fact that this is going to be a separate character people could be purchasing individually, they're really going to want to go with the more well-known characters. So because Dr. Coyle's the last of the 3 DLC they put in ARMS, I don't think she's as well known, and the fact that she can turn invisible and hover and things like that might make her a bit broken and annoying as a fighter as well. Stage would be pretty cool though. The next 2 characters I'm going to discount, I don't think will be in it, are both going to be discounted for the same reason. That is Missango and Bite and Bark. Now the main reason I would say this is Missango's gimmick is the fact that he has these different masks and they can sort of join to him to give him buffs and things like that. And Bite and Bark, obviously you're that robot and you have the dog with you, and you can use the dog as a platform, and you have that tongue that comes out as a boxing glove to help you out. Kind of a bit like a Rosalina and Luma mechanic that could be. So because both these characters have like a separate helper that helps them fight, I think that counts against them, because an arms fighter, in the fact they got extendable arms, is gimmick enough for the fighter, and there's a lot they can do with the basic mechanics to make them interesting enough fighters. I think having these separate character helping them would just be a bit too much. I would definitely count him, Bite and Bark, as a possibility if there was already a fighter's rep in Smash, as a way to differentiate them, but I just think this would be a bit too much, so I'm going to discount Misango and Bite and Bark. Max Brassneck, so I'm going to say he's unlikely because they're selling this as an individual fighter. As I said, I don't think he's as well known or popular enough for that. His stage again is just a basic boxing ring, and although he has the old gimmick that he buffs himself up and things like that, which would be quite interesting for Smash actually, I don't think he's as well known enough to get in there. And he was the final fight in Grand Prix mode before he became a fighter, so he was there from the beginning, but he wasn't playable from the beginning. But speaking of characters that weren't playable from the beginning, that is Ilona Pop. Now Ilona Pop I think does stand a chance. Out of all the DLC characters, I think she is the most popular. She's the most fun, I think. She has a nice gimmick where she inflates herself, uses those fun chucks. I think she'd be a great fighter in Smash. Again, I don't think she would be the right choice. I don't think she's very likely, but I would like her in Smash. She'd be pretty cool. Next is Helix. Now I know Helix is a popular one just for how strange this thing is, whatever it's meant to be. And the thing is, when Helix, you hold the jump button or the guard button, he stretches and shrinks to different sizes, which is quite a unique thing for Smash, I'd say. But again, maybe that could work in his detriment, because how would you implement that with holding the jump button? Would you lose jumps just to have him stretch? That would be weird. So, but shrinking when guarding as well that would be a bit annoying when you're fighting against him. So I don't think Helix will be the choice, but I can see him being a popular choice if they do go with Helix. So now I am getting into characters I think all the ones I mentioned from now are possible, definitely possible. I think they'd be popular choices. They're all original characters and I think they're all well known enough to make it in there. So I'm going to start with Master Mummy. Now I'm going to say this one because he is my main in ARMS. I absolutely love this character. He's a heavyweight. Smash needs a few more heavyweights. They added Ridley and Incineroar and K-Rool, didn't they? But let's get another heavyweight in there. Let's get Master Mummy in, I'd say. But I can see this one being really annoying for a lot of people. For one, he doesn't flinch on weaker attacks as much. And I think the thing that would make him really broken is, as he's guarding, he heals. And I can see people getting really annoyed by that. So I don't think he's likely, as much as I'd like Master Mummy to be in this game. And his stage, the floor breaks to make a trampoline. I can see that being a really annoying stage. So sadly, I don't think Master Mummy will be in it. So next we have Mechanica, who's like this girl who's inside this giant mech. And that would be an interesting fighter there. We've got Bowser Jr. in sort of like a machine, but to have one with like stretchy arms and things like that. Now, the reason I don't think she'll be in it is, again, there are other characters more popular than her. But in that reveal, it said at the top, this character's arms can extend. And it's not really her arms extending, it's this mech that she's built doing it. But she would be an interesting character and an interesting visual-wise, and the scrapyard that she has as her stage would be quite a unique one for Smash visually. So next is Kid Cobra. Visually he'd be very unique for Smash other than the stretchy arms, as he's got a snake-like appearance. And he can show off sort of like the arms mechanics without being too gimmicky with them. But one thing I'd like to see King Cobra in it with is the fact that his stage comes with those hoverboard things. I mean, imagine that in Smash. That would be awesome to ride around on them while fighting. Okay, so there are now 4 fighters left, and I honestly think whoever it is, it's gonna be one of these next 4. As much as I'd like some of the ones I've mentioned already, I really don't see them getting in over one of these 4. But out of these 4, I really cannot pick. I cannot pick which one it will be. There's 2 in particular I probably think have a bit of an edge over the other 2, but I'll get to that in a bit. So I'm going to start off with Twintel. Twintel is a very, very popular character, very unique for Smash. The stage she would come with is a unique looking one with the cars that you can jump on. That would be a fun one to have in Smash. The only thing that counts against her is what I said with Mechanica, is the fact that she doesn't use her arms to fight with. Now obviously it doesn't make a difference to how she fights. I mean, she still does the stretchy mechanics, but it's not really a good representation of ARMS as a franchise. If there was already an ARMS rep as a fighter in Smash, then I'd say go for it, go for Twin Tail next. But as a sole representative, I think they should go with someone who actually has arms that stretch. But again, a very, very popular character. I'd still be very happy if she got in, but out of the main 4, as I'm calling them here, I think she's the least likely of the 4. So the next one I'll talk about is Ninjara. Now he's been one that was revealed quite early on before ARMS came out. He's a very well known character in it. He's known for his speed and the fact that he can disappear when he dodges, which would be a very nice animation in Smash. It wouldn't really change the gameplay too much, but it would look visually nice. And his stage, I'd wonder if they'd do it so that the middle platform on the stairs is the fighting space, or whether they'd have it side on so you're actually on the stairs. That would be more interesting like that. But I think Ninjara would be a good representative of ARMS in general. He'd just be quick and he can dash and vanish and things like that, so he'd represent the franchise well. He wouldn't be too gimmicky, but he would stand out enough to be interesting. So Ninjara, definitely a very likely one, I think. So the remaining 2 that I haven't talked about yet, I think it's got to be one of these 2. So let's talk about Min Min next. Now I know she's a very, very popular character, and I think she is very, very likely to be picked for Smash Brothers. She's got a very good mechanic where her left arm can power up into a dragon. She's got a good look to her with like her noodles for arms. That's pretty funny. And again, she'd represent ARMS very well without being too gimmicky. And there's a lot they can do with Min Min, and her stage would be like a reverse of Mario Galaxy. It would be like inside that bowl. So yeah, I'd like to see Min Min in there, and yeah, very, very, very likely. I think she's very, very popular. But the final one I'm going to talk about, and I honestly think she's the most likely to get in there, although Min Min is right up there with her in my book, and that is Ribbon Girl. Now Ribbon Girl isn't the most interesting name to have, but I think as a fighter, visually she looks very distinctive. Whereas Springman is the poster boy of ARMS, Ribbon Girl is the poster girl, and her main gimmick in this is the fact that she has multiple jumps. And guess what? Smash Brothers, the characters all have multiple jumps, and there are even some that can do more than just the 2, like Ribbon Girl can do. And even with her multiple jumps, she can do a dive bomb as well, which could be implemented into her up B, similar to Incineroar's, but that wouldn't be a very good recovery, would it? And best of all about Ribbon Girl is the stage that she comes with the rising platforms that you can destroy. That would just fit in so well with Smash Brothers. So really, that's what I think of every character in ARMS and how likely I think they're going to be added into Smash. Overall, if it was my personal choice, I would put Ribbon Girl in as the pick, with Min Min as a close second. But the top 4 I mentioned, Ribbon Girl, Ninjara, Min Min, Twin Tail. What if they just did a Hero or a Bowser Jr. or Olimar Alf and just had those 4 characters, each with one alternate costume? And they'd have pretty much the same moveset, and if you just gave the other characters multiple jumps as well, they could be based on what Ribbon Girl does. It would just be a nice way to incorporate more ARMS characters. So I honestly think it's between Ribbon Girl and Min Min in my book. But everyone who's played ARMS has their own favourite characters. I mean, mine is Master Mummy, but I honestly do not see Master Mummy getting in there at all. But what do you think? Who's your favourite ARMS character? Do you think they stand a chance of getting in Smash? Let me know in those comments down below. And while you're down there, click that subscribe button, join the party, keep up with all the Smash speculation on our end. And if you like the video, give it a like, that would be nice for us. So I will no doubt be making another video like this in June when we know which character it is and maybe be hinted at the next fighter. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye everyone.